What's up, everybody?
And we're live.
We are live. Yep. Hope everybody's having
Hey
a good hump
guys.
day. Yep. Let me look at
Wow,
my
now you're
laptop.
awake and made it to the stream. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Dead Twist. Hi Dead Twist. Hi Tracy. Who else is in here? I didn't see Kodiak. Where's Kodiak in here? Looks like in the beginning Nat said hi to her, but maybe I just can't go up any further or something and can't see her.
Yeah. Let
But
me scroll
good
up.
morning, Nat. God, I'm throwing stuff in here. I'm trying to like pack up for the night and I have like things spread out everywhere in here.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Vicky. Um, so you guys, oh, hi, Benjamin. Hey,
Wow, we
Jess.
got we got a lot of people fast. Almost 50 people.
I know.
44. Damn.
I was like,
Thank you,
I missed
everybody,
all
for
this.
coming. Hell yeah. Appreciate it.
Pro Cop Hater, Damon, PHI, Harpel, Janice, who else? Wrestler's Mom, um, Mia's Ma, Missy, Nurse Erin, Smith and Wesson, Joe, Tina, Greg, 88. Thank you guys. Um, so we were gonna just basically like uh give you guys like let you guys know obviously this is a special interview, special story. And so if you guys have questions, you can absolutely type them out. We can ask, towards the end when he's done telling his story. Hi, Jinx. Um, and that way he, has a chance to get it out. And then you can ask questions so I don't keep interrupting him.
You sent
um,
Jay the link. He's got the link too.
no,
You
I
said he
told him
might pop
when
up.
when he was done with his story, I will just post it in the chat for him.
Mm. Okay.
So, I forget what I was gonna say. Any of the mods in here, any type of negativity, I don't care if it's about the stream. I don't care. I want it out, and then I'll deal with it after. Same as every week,
Mm.
So I would appreciate it if you guys can be on the lookout for that. So, all right, Corey, if you want to introduce yourself.
All right. Well, so my name is Corey. Um, I'm a father of four now. Well, two before. Fourth is on the way. Um,
Congrats.
I live a pretty normal life. I work every day, do my thing, stuff like that. Um, not really sure what else there is to share at the moment on that part. But
Well, congrats on the new baby coming.
thanks.
You're welcome. Yes, thank you, Jay, for sending people over here to check this out. Um, all right. So I don't know where you want to start, Corey. Like whatever is more important for you.
And stuff.
So what? I'm sorry.
Do you want to just dive right into it, like what happened?
Yeah. Yep.
Right, sure.
Sounds good to me.
So, growing up, I knew that my cousin was like, well, first of all, the person that abused me, he's my cousin. He got caught by Jay a couple years ago. But like, I always knew that something was odd about him because starting off young, when I was like 11 years old, he'd take me up to his room and he'd put porn up on his computer and he'd be just sitting there watching it and like tell me to come over and look at it. And I didn't know because I was like 10, 11 years old. So he'd pull me over and he'd start like having me look at it. And then like I didn't know. I At that point I never got like a sex talk or nothing from my parents, so I didn't know what a boner was. I didn't know what erection or like
Right.
jacking off or nothing like that was. So he'd show me and he'd be like, "Oh, you're supposed to like touch yourself. You're supposed to like do all this stuff." And he'd like show me all this stuff that I'm supposed to do. And then it would happen all the time. But the thing is, he would tell me, this is what cousins do. This is like our time, and we're not supposed to tell people because it's our secret time. And I was like, oh, okay, my cousin wants to spend time with me, so sure, why not? I get attention from my cousin. And then you know, it progressed from him just showing me stuff to him like doing it in front of me, and then it would progress to like after a while he would every Sunday we went to my grandparents' house. I forgot that part. So every Sunday I'd be going to his house because they lived right next door. So we'd always be going to their house. So it was like an almost every Sunday occurrence of what he would do. But he would take it to the extent of like making me take my clothes off and like walk around in his room like butt naked. Or there were times that he tried to get me to put on his little sister's underwear and walk around in her underwear. And it progressed to where he would be like literally like putting his hands down my pants and stuff and trying to like, you know, just take stuff out and touch me. And he was at this point when I was 11, he is 4 years older than me, so he was 15. He was 15
Wow.
and it progressed and it kept going all the way until I was 14 because I didn't know any better, and he had made me think that it was normal. So at that point I was thinking that, you know, it's whatever, it's nothing, until I got older when I was like 16, like 15, 16. I started telling him no, but he'd still try. Like he'd still come up to me and he'd like grab me in the junk. He's like, come on buddy, come on, let's go. And I'm like, dude, get off me. And then he'd be like, oh okay. But like it was pretty, it was something else.
Aggressive. Yeah, I was gonna say it seems aggressive. And that's even harder too. I feel like the aggressiveness of it, you know, like just making you feel like you have no choice, you know. He's like, hey, what's going on in there?
The youngest Leo.
Hey, Leo.
Hi.
Good morning. Good morning.
He's like, I don't know what's going on, but there's cool stuff lit up all over the computer. It's good though that it seems like, you know, you know, we're able to like, you know, kind of get through it enough and like make it a positive thing in your life, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it affects every day living, because I'm not gonna lie, I've struggled with pornography pretty much my whole life now because of that.
Yeah.
I try really hard not to, and like I've been doing very well lately. Like the past 2 years, I've been doing very well. But there were times when I would just be sitting there and I'd just be looking at it for no reason, just because I don't know, it was just normalized, right, to make it feel like it was nothing. And like I feel like if that never happened to me, I probably would have never, you know, I would have never watched that stuff. I would have never ventured that way.
Right. At least not as early, like, you know.
Yeah, and also it affects you. It also affects me, at least, with like my emotional state and thinking. Like everything is sexual. Like it sets your mind up for something that it's not. So, like, I don't know how to explain that one, but like,
I mean,
your mind is dirtier, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Right. It's so they say like people who have been molested or have been through a sexual assault, they can either completely veer away from intimacy as a whole or become like hypersexualized. Like, you know, everything is based around that, you know. So I mean it depends on the person, the type of situation they went through, ages, and all of that. So, you know, I'm glad though that you've been able to like work through it the last 2 years. And, you know, have you ever said anything to him, or like, do you guys like see each other at all?
I've never said anything to him as a grown up, but I mean, I've brought it up to his mother. I've shown her the video from Jay and be like your son is out here. He's out here like touching kids. He's out here like trying to hook up with kids. And she completely avoided it, saying that Patrick took Jay to court and that Jay got in trouble for harassment and the charges were dropped on Patrick. That's what she told me. And she told me that that's what Patrick told her.
Right.
Oh, I'm telling you he's lying. And she's like, well, I don't know. And then nothing was ever said about it again.
Right. It's almost like it's feeling like it's just being swept under the rug, or, like a passive way, like she trying to be a mom, like, well, that's what he said,
Yeah.
almost as if she don't have to kind of face the situation. Let's see. Oh, and Damon says, I am a victim as well, and it hypersexualized me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, some want to sweep it under the rug, so it's different with everybody. It's just like when I went to my parents when I was 6 years old the first time I was abused. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that time I can barely remember, but it's and I was raised in a religious upbringing too. So
Like
everybody's circumstances are different.
that's the thing with me. I was raised in the church pretty much my whole entire family. My mother and my aunt, I was in church Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That's when I was at church, just doing different things all the time with my cousin too. My cousin would be there in the church, like with.
Oh,
So I don't know.
wow.
She didn't believe that her son could do that. I guess I don't know.
I could feel that. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. And it's like, that's for the most part a mother's instinct, I guess. But like for me, I don't know. Like if somebody said that about my kids, I would straight up be like, sorry, like we're gonna deal with this. Like I'm not, I would want them to face it head on. You
Yeah.
can't, it's something you cannot hide from. Like you've done it. Sorry. Like, own up to your shit and do what you need to do. So like in those cases it kind of like bothers me a little bit as a mom that like they're just like, oh no, that's not what happened, or this is what they said, or we're not going to discuss this kind of passive thing.
Mhm.
See, I missed.
Yeah. I mean, there's more than just what I told that he did. Like he did way more than
Yeah.
just that. I don't know. There were points where he would take me camping in his backyard, and I don't know. I wanted out of that tent so bad because he was so dirty about it all, and he didn't care. Like
Mm,
there were times that he would try to pull my pants down and stick it in my ass, but like
yeah.
obviously it wasn't gonna fucking fit because I was like 11 and like I wasn't gonna let
Right.
trying to push him off the whole time, but he would like hold me down and like that's when I knew that like
Right.
this isn't right.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
How old were you, Corey, when you first said something to somebody? That was a question Steffi had.
When I first said something to someone, it was maybe 4 years ago.
Wow.
Okay.
Had to carry it for a long time, huh?
Yeah, and when I told my mom, she said that it explains a lot. She said it explains the switch that I had when I
Mhm.
turned like around 14. She said she wished
Yeah.
she like caught it because she saw it, but she didn't think anything of it.
Right. I mean, that's kind of like a hard thing you know, to be able to sit and I guess to imagine that that would be something your kid had gone through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I've been through that myself, like just not wanting to believe that my kid has been through that. It's tough, then
Hmm.
it's like you're wondering in your head too, like, almost like, oh my God, why didn't I know? You know what I mean? Um, it just makes it tough.
Absolutely.
Um,
And like she wants to she wants to say something to her sister about it, but
yeah.
she doesn't want to say something because she feels like it's my place, which I already said something, but like she also wants to like let me do the confronting of him,
Hmm.
but she's
Yeah.
said like so hard to like see him knowing what he did now.
Hmm.
Right. I can only imagine. I mean, it's going to be tough for her. I feel like it will also help her to, you know, even being there to see you able to do it, will kind of help her a little too. Because as a mom, you have a little bit of guilt too. You feel bad, that you had to endure that, or that we didn't pick up the signs, or Um, so I think that'll be big for both of you. Let's see. I think I went to high school. Where'd it go? I scrolled up too fast. So this is Ice Daddy BBB says, I think I went to high school with you, homie. Sorry you went through that. Keep your head up, playa. Just know you're doing the right thing.
Well, I could let you know I went to high school with you if I knew your name.
I know I was gonna say I don't know what their actual name is. It's like, on YouTube it's kind of like a guessing game sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Some want to stay anonymous too. That's understandable.
Yep.
In the chats,
And that's why
totally get it.
a lot of people do it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome, Tina. Thank you guys for being here and supporting these kind of streams. Let's see. So, and Jay makes a good point. Make sure you have talks with your kids so they are aware that it's scary and it's sad.
Yeah.
I think that is a big thing too. Like, it's hard for parents to kind of get to that zone where they're able to talk to their kids about it, but it's like it's so much better to have that line of communication open, because things can happen one way or the other. You know what I mean? But I feel like it kind of gives them an insight on like what to prepare, like, watch themselves a little more, be a little bit more alert.
Yeah.
But I feel like when we were younger, it wasn't as prevalent as it is now,
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. No, my cousin, he doesn't have any kids. I don't think he'll ever have kids. That was one of the questions I saw in the chat.
Yeah, no problem. If you see them, answer them.
Cousin, I know that a lot of people use this as an excuse because I've watched a lot of the live videos on the catches, but people use the mental illness as an excuse. But my cousin, he is stuck at like 15 years old in his head, like certified, like diagnosed and everything. But that doesn't excuse it because 15 years old is no better than touching other people.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he still got that illness, and I think that people with that illness, they actually go out and do it more because they don't fully understand.
Right.
I wish there was like more help, or like that was taken more seriously with the people that have it, instead of saying, "Oh, you're mentally stuck. Have a nice day." It'd be nice if they were like, "Oh, you're mentally stuck. Let's work with your brain age instead of your actual age, so that way you can."
Oh yeah, because
they're just tossing them.
Yep, and because a lot of them don't know how to progress from their mental age to their actual age either. Which is tough. But there are a lot of them that they'll come on and say, oh well, I have a mental disability, but like most of them you can see they know right from wrong. They know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I think most of them will try to use it as a crutch. Some of them it is a genuine thing, but it's hard to sometimes tell. You have to ask the right questions to know if they really know the difference between right and wrong.
And Jess had asked earlier. I know you touched on this already, Corey, but when your cousin was first caught, when was it, and what were your thoughts on it? Just to give a quick for the people that came in a little bit late.
I don't know exactly how many years ago, but I'm just gonna guess and say 3 years ago because it wasn't like a middle one. It wasn't a previous one. It was older. But when I first saw it, I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know, maybe not. But the picture was just like undeniable, so I had to watch it. And it's funny because when I watched it, he answered to the name Matt. Like he said it twice. Is your name Matt? is your name Matt? And my cousin looked up and said, yeah. So that's how you know that he was like lying and he was actually caught because he was answering by the fake name that he gave.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay.
It really didn't come off as too much of a surprise to me, really.
Right.
Like, I honestly felt it, knew it would come one day.
Yeah.
There's something that Jay's the one that got him, you know.
Yeah,
So
just the one that got him.
you know, that's something.
Yeah.
You know, they say it's a small world. It's really a small world when something like that takes place. You know.
Yeah, that's what got me. That's what got me watching Jay, actually.
Yeah. He's definitely a good dude to be watching. Let's see. Salted.
Jess, you're back now. He just went over the question that you asked me to ask him. The
Jay-
when and what his thoughts were.
Jeff, he cracked me up.
Rewind like 3 minutes, Jess. You know,
Right.
because he's gone over it twice already.
Right. It
Please,
was literally
please.
the last thing he was asked that he answered. So if you rewind it, Jess, you'll be able to hear his answer. So.
Mhm.
Jay posted a link to the video on the comments.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been posting it in the chat as we've been in here. So
I'm
that
gonna
way
check it out
people see
myself.
it.
Absolutely.
There was a question here by David. It says, "Is he still walking free?" And yeah, he's still walking free.
So ridiculous.
No, he's not in jail. He's still living his life, living at his mother's house.
And that's crazy too. I just was reading some of the past comments, but Jade said no, he wasn't charged because he didn't specifically say sex. It's so crazy the way that these laws are, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like that's one thing that always gets me is the laws. It's like it's half why some of these never stick, you know, because they're just like, oh well, you know, they didn't say this or they didn't do that, you know, like they're still literally here to meet a child, an actual child, and God forbid if it was an actual child, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and who knows how long some of these guys have been doing it. If they've just been thinking about it the entire time and that was the first time they, you know, actually thought they were going to get, you know, get the chance to do it and get away with it kind of thing. It's like by them not getting in any trouble or getting a slap on the wrist, to them that means okay, well this is, I can do this. It's nothing's going to come of it, you know.
Yeah, and like it put a big strain on family events and everything because like when I brought my kids to the events, I'd always like keep them away from him, and everyone would be like, "Oh, why don't you let your cousin Pat see him?" I just look at them because they didn't know. I like no, you're staying away from my kids.
Yeah, I would too. I definitely wouldn't be letting them near my kids. But sorry, I don't trust you, bro.
Can you pin that, Jules? Do you have you pinned
What
before the link?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm just looking at Discord too. I see that the Pred Files. I want to shout them out too. Pred Files has a survivor story that was put up too, so I want to shout them out as doing survivor stories as well. So appreciate anybody that's doing them. You know.
I just
Hopefully
clicked
he comes
start
back.
on that.
Yeah, he'll be back. I hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say his Wi-Fi might have, it was like choppy in and out, I think, kind of. I pressed the star comment thing. I think maybe that is that
No,
what that.
still. You gotta do it from a different device than the one you're on. Star comment is fairly new. I mean, back when I had my channel, we didn't have that option, star comment.
Yeah.
But when you go on a separate device, and you tap those dots like you did, it'll give you the option to pin it.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it from my other phone here. See if it will let me add. I never added the other thing on here, so all right, let's see.
We'll drop the link to it throughout for you guys too, and I'll also drop the link for the Pred because I know a lot of people aren't on Discord. I'll drop the link for the Pred files. I'm gonna watch that after this as well. I'm interested to see that. So thank you for all the groups that do Survivor Stories,
Yeah,
man.
I definitely want
Appreciate
to
it.
do that for sure. I know
Hmm.
it's so good to have like, other channels doing survivor stories because it helps, majorly. I feel like we
Hmm.
could use all the help we can get in every area. Um, okay. All right, I'm just trying to log into the account from another device. Oops.
Is Envy Cat Firefly Wings? Is that
Oh,
Jay's?
Dragonfly.
Is that the kid that I can't think of his name. I don't know why. Ryan.
No.
No, it wasn't the kid that said they went to high school with you. That was someone, Ice Daddy. I think it said BB.
Hey, there's a good question in the comments that I never really thought about talking about.
Anything you want to answer that you see, feel free, and anything you don't, feel free not to.
This one
Absolutely. Yeah.
is from Damon Kelly. He said, "Corey, did you struggle with depression, suicide, and drug abuse?" I struggled with all three.
A lot do. Yep.
From about like 15 to
Okay.
16.
Hopefully you guys
Yeah.
are better now. I didn't know if it was my Wi-Fi.
Maybe longer than that. I don't know. I struggled with depression and wanting to kill myself. And I tried different ways to do that. Like I tried overdosing on pills, different pills, and it didn't work. I just black out and come to a couple hours later. But yeah, I struggled with drug abuse. I used to do cocaine. I used to do acid. I used to do mushrooms. Used to take these pills called triple C's like every day. I used to drink Robitussin like it was juice. I used
Mhm.
to I used to do computer duster. That was a really bad addiction. I was almost addicted for a whole year on that.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's bad. Hmm.
Yeah,
Mm,
I mean, I liked it because it made me feel nothing. Like everything that I did, I was trying to feel nothing. Like I was just trying to be numb. I was trying to be out. I was just
right,
not trying to be there. And mixing those drugs that I said
right,
they when you mix them, you disappear for a while.
Hmm.
But I've overcome
right,
that.
exactly.
I'm
It's
how long?
It's
I'm
doing
almost.
a number on your brain, though. I seen that on intervention. Somebody was addicted to
Oh,
that huff and that duster.
it
It,
erases brain cells and it makes you dumb.
yeah,
And I
very
do the
bad.
effect all the time. Like I'll be doing regular things. I'll go to say something, and I'll completely just like fumble on every single word coming out. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yep.
but
crazy.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
Sorry, I'm just looking for this thing to confirm it so
Uh,
I can do this on the other phone.
yeah, it's a dark path, and then you don't want to go down it. It's not worth it.
Right, not at all.
Absolutely.
It's hard.
Shout
I
out
mean,
to the almost 100 people in here. I appreciate that. We're getting a lot of eyes on this story, and that's what we want, you know. So thank you to everybody. Sorry, Jules.
no, you're fine. I'm trying to sign on from the to the other device so I can pin things. So I'm just looking for the code they said they sent. Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I feel like addiction and you know, any type of abuse, it's kind of like almost goes hand in hand, unfortunately. It's we do it to numb ourselves and not have to deal with it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, which is unfortunate.
I've been almost 3 years, actually longer, maybe 3 years. Yeah, around 3 years, maybe longer, clean of cocaine and all that stuff. It's been that
Yep.
long since I've taken any pills.
Nice.
Um,
Good
I
for
don't
you.
really drink anymore. I used to drink every single day too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
See,
you're gonna go through it, but you gotta find that one thing or multiple things to pull you through.
yeah,
Thing that's
you
worth it.
really do. It's definitely, I mean, not what works for one person isn't going to work for the next, you know.
Yeah.
And some people go through being in, you know, relapsing, you know, after their first time in recovery. Some people get it right the first time, you know, it's just depends. And if you can find that way, you know, whichever way works easiest for you or best for you, you know. So
Mhm.
the thing is to be able to maintain it, you know, and just to keep it up front. And for me, like, I always have to remind myself of how bad it got where I was when I was using, you know what I mean? So it makes it easier for me to not want to go back there, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, but it was definitely a vice for me to not just to numb and not have to worry about thinking about any of the sexual assaults at all, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. Just trying to see if there was. I thought I read something. Oh, okay. David Ruiz. I was addicted to Xanax, and so I started taking them when I was 14 to 16. Coke when I'm 27 now. Well, yeah, I think most of us wish we could all go back and kick our own ass, David, for doing it. But it's like, I mean, most of us start young to cover up some type of trauma, you know, and it's kind of hard um to say we should have known right or wrong, you know what I mean, at the time.
Mhm.
Um Never really know right from wrong until you're older, you know.
Yeah. My bad. I booted myself. I was trying to fix something and I kicked myself out.
That's all right.
And I was listening the whole time because I got it playing on my laptop as well, so I heard everything that was said. Sorry about
Right.
that. Yeah, my
You're
bad.
all right, dear. I
Yeah.
always remember you got those both of them going, so
Yeah.
um,
Ah.
so did you see Jay's comments where he said, "Good job, you have a beautiful family. Patrick is the devil, not family."
No, I didn't see that. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like scrolling through, looking to see if there was any other like comments or questions people want me to put up there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats though, Tina. You know, congrats on that. 4 years is great.
Oh,
Absolutely.
congrats, Tina.
I'm sandwiched in the middle now. I liked when I was on the left hand side.
Right?
Yeah. You guys got me sandwiched here. I'm feeling claustrophobic. You know, you
He's like,
guys
I'm
coming in on me.
smushed. I'm getting smushed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see if I can pin the comment now that I'm finally logged into the PPMASS extra on the other device. All right. I'm like, I'm so bad at this stuff. I never even, this is the first time I linked my other phone to it. Like, I always just keep it on, linked on my regular phone. Um, Damon said he struggled with paranoia real bad for years. Yeah, I think, I did for a while too, after,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments that I don't want to put up for, those people's sakes, but just know that we see them. Corey
Mm-hmm.
sees your comments as well, so nothing's getting missed, or we're trying not to. There's a lot of people in here today, which is
Right.
great. Thank you everybody for being here. That's
It is amazing. We appreciate it for sure. Especially
hmm
all the supportive and positive comments and feedback for Corey. That's like huge. I appreciate you guys for doing that. We always luck out. We always have like the really good, positive, happy people in here, so it's great.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hey, dude. He's like, he's like,
I
all
remember when my
right.
daughter was that age, that was many, many moons ago. It seems like yesterday, though,
Yeah,
that
it
she was
really
that
does.
age.
I know. One of mine is gonna be 22 tomorrow.
Hmm.
God. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah. My daughter graduates high school this year. It's crazy.
my God. It's so crazy. Um, okay, let's see. Damon asked, Corey, do you do certain things ever trigger your experience?
I guess I'm actually pretty lucky with that one because I don't really have triggers, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like like I never really thought about the whole entire thing until like recently when I brought it up. Like um I don't know, like I guess most people that it happens to, they have triggers that like certain things could happen and they'll get
Mm-hmm.
like worried or anxious or paranoid or whatever, but I don't know, that doesn't really happen to me. So I guess I'm lucky in that aspect.
Yeah, that's good. It's a blessing for sure. I told them before in I one of our streams, um, how like for me like it could be a smell or somebody could have like a same like hairstyle almost, and it's like I'm like ready to throw up, like
Yeah.
full on just like so much anxiety I can't contain
Well,
it.
I don't have that feeling because like with like most people they get abused by someone and it happens once and they don't really see that person on a regular anymore. But with
Right.
me, I have to see this guy every single week, maybe more
Yeah.
than once a week because he's my close. Because me and my mother and her sister are very close, so we all grew up together. Like family
Yep.
outings with the cousins, camping trips with the cousins, vacations
Right.
with the cousins, everything with the cousins. So like I had to live my life with him. So it wasn't like, oh, like while it happened I smelled this, or oh, while it happened I saw
Mhm.
like him wearing this or something. It's kind of like, I guess maybe it was a
Right.
constant, but I didn't understand it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right. Yep. And it could be almost, like you said, you around them all the time. It kind of, in a way, it desensitizes like that in a way for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it does. I mean, I was shocked the first time I actually heard somebody say that it never affected them like that because they were around, could have been a father or whatever, and they, you know, was around them so often. It's like just wasn't a specific smell or a specific room they couldn't go into or whatever.
Hmm.
Um,
I
Yeah.
mean, like, I don't like looking at his room. I haven't been in his room in years, but like, the thing with me is it wouldn't just happen in his room, it would happen wherever he wanted it to happen.
right.
Like, the family could be outside in the pool and I could go in for some water. He could follow me and it can happen right there in the kitchen, in the kitchen, not the
Hmm.
kitchen.
Yeah.
um, like
Yeah.
it to one point it could be as bad as to I go in the bathroom and he follows me into the bathroom while everyone's in the living area, like
Right.
anywhere
For
he
him, it
wanted.
was convenience. Yeah. Just as
It could
long
be
as it was
even
convenient.
like there was one time we were swimming in the pool and it happened in the pool while everyone was on the patio 5 feet away. Like
Wow.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
That is so
What was
crazy.
the age difference? I'm sorry, Corey. What's
like
the age
4 to 5
difference?
year age difference,
Okay.
and he's older.
All
He's
right.
33 now, I think, or 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious about that. It may have been touched on, but I may have missed it, and I just wanted to ask that
Mhm.
for anybody in the chat who may be thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think he said he was 11 and his cousin was like 15 or something.
Okay.
Um, Daisy, it's because of people like you guys sharing and educating about this stuff that I know more about my own essay experience. I had blocked so much of it out, didn't know. Now I'm in my 30s. Daisy, a lot of us do that, even, you know, like a lot of us know for the most part that it happened, but details can completely be stuffed, like suppressed, so far that it could be forever or not. You know, you may not ever remember a detail at all. It may not, come back at all. And I did intense therapy and was surprised at some of the stuff that was coming out. Like was just like, I don't even remember that, being the way that it happened, or, that it had even been a thing. Um, but it's weird the way our bodies almost do it. It's like protective mode kind of thing too. It's so traumatizing for us. We suppress it. Just says, I have an important question. Where did Corey get that hoodie?
Good old Walmart.
Just like, I need it. I know Jay's got a couple of really cool like jackets and stuff, like leather wraps. And we're like,
What are you talking?
hello, who are you
You
talking to? You're just trying to talk too, huh? He's like, I won't be heard. They're trying to be heard too, huh, dude?
Yep.
Let's see.
Is that your only child, Corey, or do you have other children?
I have 3 right now, and then 1 that's halfway in the making.
Oh, all right. Congratulations. Nice.
You
Good.
got a bun
That's
in the
good.
oven,
Yeah.
still cooking. My mom used to always be like, "Oh, there's the bun in the oven. Gotta wait for the bread to rise." Now I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Right. That's. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Mine cracks
Oh
me
boy.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Everybody's laughing at Jess's question for the hoodie.
It says, I'm Damon Kelly. It says, I also talk to one of my abusers on a regular basis. Are you ever tempted to tell your family members?
Mm.
I'm more comfortable with telling other people than my family. I mean, the
Yeah.
only family member I've told is my mother and my little brother. And my dad knows, but I didn't tell him directly.
Right. I
And
think it gets.
what was that?
I said, I think like when you had said to me before when we were talking, how it's tough to, tell them because you're gonna have to be around them. That's, a situation that could cause arguments and whatnot. But it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's for your healing. If they can't see past that and support you, you know what I mean, then the way
Yeah,
I see it, it's their loss. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Let's see. Oh, so I don't see where Jay is, if he's still in here too. If you're still in here, do you still want me to drop the link for you to come up and ask anything, or He's sleeping.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, I see him now at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I keep seeing the other name though, so it's confusing me.
Meth. I just noticed that.
Yeah, that's the one I kept seeing. Yeah. They keep shooting it, but for us, we still see it because we're on StreamYard. We don't see deleted comments.
And yeah, there's
What?
another one that says Jay's meth pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here.
They keep shooting it, but for us, we.
Yeah.
I'm here.
It's
I'm
like
here.
trolling, this type of a stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Oh yeah, you get that
people
anywhere.
are
Yeah, no matter how
mean.
positive you want to be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I've already been on the stream. Yeah, Damon. Damon was one of our prior guests up here. Absolutely. We appreciate
Yeah,
Damon
Damon
sharing
tells
his
us
story as
everything.
well. Hmm.
Yep. Yeah, he's really good too. You want to talk too, huh? He's like, yep. Yeah, Dragonfly.
Hmm.
I'm surprised. I thought you were in here for that one, but hi, Angie.
There's a few people I'm speaking to
Um,
also who want to tell their stories, but they're just not ready for it yet. So
Well,
absolutely.
I
yep.
wasn't ready to tell you that much because
Yep.
I still
Like I
wasn't
tell people,
when I came up.
right. Yep. It's nerve wracking, you know. It is. It's overwhelming, and but like I said too, the first time you tell your story, it really is the hardest, but once you get it out the first time, it is huge in
Hmm.
healing,
Hmm.
huge. Um, and it makes it easier to tell it the next time, like whether it be to another family member or you know what I mean. So it will
Mhm.
definitely be a little bit easier, but it will absolutely feel a lot lighter for you when stream is over, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Especially when you have a stream that's hosted by two survivors themselves. That's what, it's like a family here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we've been there. We know what's going on with that, with you, so
Yep.
absolutely.
And it's good because it's like a lot of people have said it over and over. Like we've been able to make them feel comfortable, and wasn't as bad when they got up here as they thought it was before they came on. So
Hmm.
but
It's
I think it makes a difference, when you're
yeah,
able to open up to another survivor, someone who's been in your shoes.
yeah. Or you could just, do like this, click your camera on, speak, and nobody will
Right.
ever know, who you are. You could put whatever name at the bottom you want. You could put a bunch of dot dot dots, and or you could do a pre-recorded with Jules, and we could play it on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Absolutely.
Yep. Or even just typing your story out
That
to
too.
one of us
Hmm.
on Instagram, and we can just read it that way. My camera's all messed up on here. Let's see. Jay said, "Thank you, Corey." Um,
Well, you're welcome, Jay.
yeah, we are absolutely like just so completely grateful that you were able to get up here and talk about it because it's not easy.
Mm.
There was a good one by Tatiana Simone. I don't know if I said that right, but
Oh, Tatiana, yep.
yeah, it says what is the most important thing a parent can do besides therapy for their child after the child has been molested? I'd say, in my opinion, in my experiences, if your child is like showing something, pay more attention to them.
Yep.
They're like showing any sign of like difference from what you know they are, pay attention. And like if you catch them doing something that may seem like bad or like well, it's obviously bad to look at like
Mhm.
pictures and stuff of people, but like don't rash them for it. Like
Right.
talk to them about it instead of being like, oh, you're a pervert, oh, you're this, like
Right, like ask questions.
going on, like why you think you need to look at this, like you
Yep.
know.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I would say too, is like you gotta be willing to ask questions and, instead of jumping the gun, you literally have to be calm yourself as a parent,
Yeah,
but then go back and just sit with them and talk with them and make sure that they understand it's okay to be open with you and tell you whatever they need to tell you and be super supportive, don't make them feel like you would ever doubt them or not believe them. That is like one of the worst things that you could do is to tell your child you do not believe them or, make them feel unsupported.
yeah, yeah. Um, It was a good one that Damon had put up. He asked if I find that my emotions swing violently, or are pretty, or if I'm pretty evenly keeled.
Mm-hmm.
I think my fiance can agree with me that I'm not evenly keeled at all. I
Yep.
blast off at everything and anything. Like
Yep.
I have an anger issue. I know I do, but like just dumb stuff gets me mad to the point of just an example of I got super mad yesterday. I was so angry over the dumbest of things. It was just I ordered a calzone from a pizza place, and it
Yep.
took an hour and 45 minutes for them to get to me, and it was 3 in the afternoon, and I was so mad that I had to like I threw my phone and just literally said I'm going for a walk, so I can't do this. I was
Yep.
so angry, and like normally that wouldn't really get to
Right.
anyone. It was just getting me so mad.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. I definitely am like that myself. I think the anger is a huge thing. Like, you know, I do pretty good with the kids, but like my otherwise patients,
Mm-hmm.
good luck. You know,
Mm-hmm. That would piss me off too, waiting 2 hours for a damn
I was just
calzone.
gonna, I was just gonna say,
Oh
honestly
yeah,
though, yeah, I'd be pretty rip shit too. Like, the fuck,
yeah,
almost 2 hours later for a calzone that could have took you what, 20 minutes?
yeah. I'm hungry and I want it now. I don't want it in two
Right.
hours. You
They
know,
wouldn't
shit.
refund me. They wouldn't give me like a discount, and then
What
they
the hell?
give me $30 for a calzone and some curly fries, and I'm like, are you kidding me? A calzone and curly fries cost $30, and he's trying to explain it to me. I'm like, dude, you're just pissing me off. Just like
Right.
give me a free pizza. He's like, no, 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 we don't roll that way. And I was like, oh my god, I cussed him out and hung up.
Yeah,
Wow,
I absolutely would have too. Like, and you're
absolutely.
gonna charge me or not, you know, even to give you some kind of discount for next time or something would have been pretty called for, I think.
Yeah, give me a free half dozen garlic knots or something. You know, I mean,
Seriously.
they just lost a customer basically.
Right.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yep. Illegal stoner's mom. Let's see. Hearing a story hit me in a way to realize my abuse.
Mm-hmm.
I think my ability to compartmentalize emotion even okay.
That
And
was from a
even
legal stoner mom. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah,
Yep. Hmm.
it's good though. I mean, it's like a lot of people have like to hear somebody else's story, for it to kind of resonate, almost it's like,
Hmm.
wow, this is really what people have to go through, unfortunately,
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. This is a
Um,
big help in getting people to want to share their stories. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for you guys,
yeah.
I wouldn't be sharing my story like this ever.
Well, we appreciate you for being brave and strong enough to come up here and do it,
Yeah, yeah, and
absolutely.
a lot of talking with Jay that helped a lot too. Like he helped me like get the confidence
Hmm.
to share my story.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because when I first told him,
I did.
Pat, and I told him how all that stuff happened, he was like, "Oh, you have to share." I was like, "I don't want to share." And then
That's
I thought about it.
understandable.
I was like, maybe I
Yeah.
should share because it'll more than just benefit me with like telling, but it could benefit someone else who might be going through it, or recently went through it, or is like struggling with the
Yeah.
repercussions of it or something.
Right. It gives other people the strength that they need. You know? It's like the hearing survivor stories. It kind of is like has a domino effect. You hear so many stories, and it could be your story that hit them different. And they're like, "Man, I want to tell mine," or "I need to get mine out." Maybe now they're willing to talk about it, and whether they get therapy or you know what I mean. Like it
Mm-hmm.
definitely helps other people in huge ways that we don't even think about at first.
Hmm.
Mhm. Um, the talking about Tatiana, how old is your niece? Let's see. Just trying to catch up on comments. I'm still like way back.
Yeah. Well, while that's taking place, let me do the weekly shout out to the other survivor groups. Smashly does a great job. CPP, PCM, and now the Pred Files. So thank you all for providing a safe space for anybody who wants to tell their story. Appreciate it.
I know. I gotta check out the Pred. What is it? The Pred Files you said?
Yeah, I'll drop their link towards the end for them, for anybody who wants to check it out. But yeah, it was just posted at 1:14. It was actually a live. They were doing a live.
Oh, that's
I
so
believe
cool.
it's
Yeah.
I believe it's the founder telling his story, and then he was going to do updates. That's what the title said, I believe.
Oh, that's
So,
dope. Good.
hmm
That's so good. Let's see. Yeah, because I definitely want to check them out too and
hmm
support. I mean, I do for Smashley's every time I see that she's live with a Survivor story. I always make sure I pop in and leave my like, regardless, like even if I can't stay, you know.
hmm Yeah, her last one, I let my presence be known. I typed in the chat. But I'm always watching. So
Yeah,
sometimes
gonna
I
say I
don't
think I
type,
did
but
too.
I'm there in spirit always.
Yep,
Absolutely.
yep.
Uh,
Always in the bushes.
hmm Not. I mean, not always, but just I'm there. I'm there. Like a tomcat, I hide sometimes. You
Right.
know. hmm
I saw
Thank
a
you,
good quote
boy.
that Damon Kelly had put up. I don't know if I'll read it. I don't think I'm gonna read it out loud, but
Hmm.
um, just don't feel any less because it happened to you. It doesn't make you weak. Doesn't make you anything different from what you are. You are who you are and how you make yourself. And
Yep.
because it happened to you, yeah, I mean, it happened to you, but it doesn't define you. It doesn't make you who you are. Like you're not weak. You're not less of a man. You're not anything less than anyone else that it didn't happen to. Like you could be one of the strongest people in the world and it could happen to you. It could you can't control it when you can, but you can't at the same time.
Absolutely. Yeah, they always say, you can't let your experiences define you as a person, just help you build on it.
hmm
And it's always good to do that, to allow like anything that has been negative that has happened in your life, to be able to use it to create a positive out of it. I mean, that's why we're doing this to help other survivors, in their healing and to be able to help another survivor, you know.
Absolutely.
Um, let's see.
I'm gonna pop into that stream
Um,
and say hello. Let me see.
Para asked, what are your thoughts on Preds that say I was molested as if it
Like, what are my thoughts? Like as in what are like my thoughts about that?
Yep.
It's an excuse. There's
I
nothing
mean,
around
most
that.
of us think that. Right.
I mean, there's no free pass to doing it. Who cares if you've done it before? When I when I watch videos and I hear them say, "Oh, I've been molested in the past," it makes me laugh so hard because I'm like, what? Why would, even if it did happen to you, why would you go and say that right now? Because you're literally making yourself look so much worse. Like you know what it does, you know how it feels, you know what the aftermath is, and you're still out here doing it. It's like I don't understand it at all.
To project that on another child. You know what I mean? It's like we know how bad it feels.
Mm-hmm.
why would we want somebody else to feel that way? You know, it's something that will stay with us for the rest of our lives, unfortunately, you know. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
faith in the survival.
Yeah.
I agree, Damon. I think, you know, a lot of us do go through the suicide attempts, or, you know, even just like cutting or self-harming. It's like we're here for a reason. If, you know, if it's not working, there's a reason. I mean, we have a higher purpose, you know what I mean? There's got to be people you can help, you know what I mean? There's always something more than what we think.
Yeah. PNN's out in here. Hey, PNN, what's going on? Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Hi,
Happy
PNN.
Happy Hump Day.
And PNN, that's the worst thing you can do, is just continue to repeat the cycle. It's insane that anybody would try to use that as an excuse, considering, you know, I mean, like we all say it. I mean, we know how we feel. We would not want another human being, let alone a child who is supposed to grow up and do something great, to feel what we feel or have to live with what we live with. It's not okay at all. It's as if they're trying to say, well, I just want somebody to feel like I feel. There's plenty of them there, buddy, you know? It's not an excuse. There's no reason to, like, you know, set out and create more survivors, you know, more people that have to be against what you do, you know? Go get help,
Mm,
do what you can to freaking, you know, change your thought process if you can, you know, like, it's just insane. I always hated that excuse. Um, yeah, you can always watch again after work, PNN. Thank you for popping in. Oh, Danny, I was a cutter, did a lot of different types of self-harm, not realizing the CBTSD, MBCD, and RSD.
Sorry, y'all. I was just
Um,
texting. I had an important message come through. So if I looked like I was zoned out, uh, I was preoccupied. My bad. I normally don't get like this, but in a
no,
Survivor stream. But yeah.
you're okay. I'm just reading through the comments, seeing if there's any more I need to pin or ask. Um, and a lot
Did
of
you ever figure out how to
them.
pin the other one of the catch?
No, I have to like go in here. I'm gonna repost it and
Oh,
see if it will let me pin it. I didn't know if it was gonna make this stream go away by getting on my backup phone, or it
yeah.
probably won't.
No, it won't. It won't have any
Like it won't
effect on it.
boot us off if I. Okay.
No, not at all. Not unless you go on that
Okay,
second
so I'm gonna
device as
use this
well, and
phone.
you, yeah, it won't have any effect on it. So, yeah, I'm good, Vlad. You know, a lot of people that do know that my father had passed away a few years ago. And his house was still in probate. So I got a lot going on in my brain with trying to sell my father's house. Um, and you know, so and you know, other family issues. Obviously, I lost my grandmother and my father 1 year apart. Lost my grandma in 2019 and my father in 2020. So it's just yeah,
Mhm.
I'm good. It's just shit's hitting me right now.
Yeah.
Thank you though.
Well, we love you, and you can always message me after if you want.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Oh, they're all saying they're sending their love to you, Variety.
Oh, I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, my mom's texting me, and when she does that, she always texts me like heavy stuff. Even though they've been separated for 30 years, and my mother's been with my stepfather for 25 years. My mom still has a
Yep.
lot to do with my father's life, you know, and up until the day he passed away.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I've never told anybody, not even Jules, how my father, how they, I don't think I did, how they found him. Because my father was towards the end of his life, he was a recluse. None of us had contact with him, so I'll just say it now. So one day the detectives, this when I was still in New York, obviously, the detectives came to my door, you know, and I'm like, I didn't do nothing wrong, and they didn't say nothing right away. You know, so we didn't know he was dead. He was dead in his house for 3 weeks.
Wow.
The mailman noticed that mail was piling up, called the police for a welfare check, and they found him dead on the couch.
Wow.
So
I
that's how
feel
my
like I
father
remember you
passed.
saying. I remember you saying that he was there for 3 weeks, but
Yeah, I think I did say something to you, Jill. I think I
um,
did. Yeah. So,
mm,
yeah,
yeah, that's so sad. I'm sorry, honey.
that's all right. It's you know, that's just the way he was. You know, like he didn't want to be in his you know, his grandkids' life. Like my daughter never knew who he was. You know, or my nephew or my other nephew. So I mean, I seen him. We had somewhat of a relationship. Like I had seen him. He passed in October. I had seen him in that August when I had went there to retrieve any mail that I may had there. And then 2 months later
Yeah.
is when I got I had the detectives come and tell me that he passed away. But we wouldn't call each other on a
Right.
regular. It
Wow.
wasn't like that. Yeah. So you know, it's just weird
Yeah.
circumstances. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to,
Overwhelming.
you know,
No, you're
you
fine.
know,
We were just reading through comments and whatnot. So you know how we do, dear. You got something on your mind? Speak on it.
did he smoke? Say, no, he was a cigar smoker, but he had cut back. You know, he was a drinker for many years. When he got out of Vietnam, he was a heavy drinker, but he was sober for um about 25 years. You know, he got sober, I believe, in like 1988, the
Yep.
year my parents split up.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a long time. Still like 25 years. That's still a long time.
hmm I was 10 years old when, but from when I was born to 10 years old, we suffered a lot of abuse because he was a very abusive alcoholic.
Right. Yep.
You
That I
know.
remember that. I remember you saying
Yeah.
that for sure.
Yep.
Kim Smith says her mom was found the same way. She's so sorry. Um,
Thank you. Everybody left a comment like my brain just went crazy and I wasn't looking at comments like I was. So anybody that gave well wishes, thank you to everybody, as a whole. Appreciate
you
it.
do what you gotta do, dude. We're gonna love you regardless, Variety, okay?
Mhm. I
And
appreciate
I'll,
that.
and I'll
You know,
continue to be a
yeah.
pain in your ass, you know.
Mm, hmm Get a smile back on my face, you
Damon,
know.
yep. Had to, work the magical.
Hmm
Let's see. Damon just wanted to comment on the predicate use of I was abused as well. I don't understand it, but I will say my abuse led me to terrible decisions later in life. Let's see. Yeah.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
Jim,
that.
for reaching out to Danny.
Thank you, Precious Diva. I appreciate that. I got that comment. But life go. We all got to go sometime. And life is life. I mean, if God wakes you up, you go on with your day. That's the way I do it. Because tomorrow's never a guarantee for anybody.
Absolutely.
Ever. So if God wakes you up, and hopefully He does, you go on with your day, and you do the best you can. So.
Totally. That's what I say too. Like if I wake up tomorrow, I'll be grateful. Grateful I got to see another day. So I'm not entirely sure. Okay. I'm like so behind on comments. I'm like,
Oh boy, Precious is a troll. Oh, that's well,
why? Where
that's
are
all
they?
right.
I'm like, oh, where? Oops, sorry.
We
I pinned
we
a comment.
appreciate we appreciate the view though. Thank you for being here.
I'm like, now I've gone down. I see. Timeout. I'm putting all these random negative comments in timeout. I've been doing it for a while, either blocking them or putting them in timeout because I'm like, the ones I've blocked though, they like just on and on and on. It's like ridiculous.
That's the first time I've seen that in my comments though. It says Precious D was blocked for 5 minutes. I know there's a lot of people that've been blocked and hidden, and I've never seen it show up on my screen like that. That's strange. You must have changed something on your settings.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I only timed out one other person, I think, and
Oh, it's because you did it. That's why. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
thinking. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
because I was gonna say, other than that, I like band, I think too, but
That's true, Damon. Absolutely. We're all on borrowed time. You just make the best of what you can.
absolutely, gotta make what you can out of what you got.
Hey, burrito head, what's going on? Don't worry, you can rewatch because these will be up. I think this is like our 9th episode. So
Yeah, I think so. It's so weird that we've done so many. I was like
you got that
thinking
right,
about that the other
DJD.
day.
Mm-hmm. That's a comment right there. Precious is not so precious. You got that right. Mm-hmm.
Facts. Facts.
See, a comment like that'll make me laugh. It's hard to get a smile and a laugh out of me.
Mhm.
I do it more behind like closed doors and not people not watching me, but that's why I like to try to be positive and shit. Who's got time for the nonsense? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Yeah.
with the time we got, what
Yeah. Like I mean, other people have even said it too, but especially in a stream like this, like this should be about positivity, supporting, you know what I'm saying? So if you have nothing nice to say, like my mom would say, don't say anything at all. I drive to confirm exploitation content is due to my offender. Nice, Farah. I mean, at least you gotta focus. It's sad that it had to be that, of course, but
in my household growing up, if you said something, crazy, you got slapped in the damn mouth. Shit.
I was gonna say we got a plastic shoe on the ass. That should not feel good.
I got the feel of spare the hand and use the rod.
My uncle Chuck, he used to use a belt. He'd run around house and threaten us with it. And it's like, you just be yelling like, I'm sorry. I think we literally only had to get tapped in the ass with that belt one time until we knew what the look meant. Like, don't,
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm like just now to Burrito Head's comment.
Yeah. What's your favorite old PlayStation 1 game? Corey, what's your favorite old PlayStation game?
Sled Storm.
All right.
PlayStation 1, that was the snowmobile game. Either that or the bass fishing game. That was pretty fun back in the day.
I played that, yeah. I was mainly a sports game.
Yeah.
Mainly sports.
I'm like, that one I know. I was like infatuated with my Nintendo. I still have one, the original Nintendo.
I do too somewhere. It's the only non-sports game I really played for that was Legends of Zelda, the gold one, when that first came out in like 1985,
Yep.
Old school.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was like last week. Took them bowling, and they have a game up there. It's exactly like Duck Hunt, and I'm like, that's all I kept thinking about. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta play this game too. Thank you for coming, Burrito Head.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming. We set a damn record with our viewers today. It was almost 100. It was like 95 at one point, So that's the whole point, is to get the eyes on what we're doing. So thank you everybody.
Yeah, we appreciate it so much. And definitely appreciate you guys coming and supporting Corey for his story. I feel like that's like a huge deal, getting it out the first time. How did it feel? Like, you feel any different? It's like weird and like, okay, it's open kind of thing. That's how I felt my first time telling my story. I was just like, okay, like this was a little bit less than I thought it was gonna be. But...
No, I mean it's a little less nerve-wracking than I thought it was gonna be. Like, I thought it was gonna be harder to talk about it. I thought it was gonna be harder to open up about it, but I don't mind talking about it because it was in the past and it doesn't really affect me as much as it did back then, so I can talk about it easier.
Yep. I think you having all the positivity, that's why I always tell people every week, it's the same thing, like keep it positive, anything negative gets lost right out, because I think it's half that, like being reminded you're not alone, like, a lot of us have been through it. It just makes you feel a little bit more light when you're talking,
Hey Nat, that was a great catch. Let me bring this up, and I saw your response to my comment. I didn't know if he was a bystander that got involved, but I mean I saw the guy recording, but that was a great catch, Nat. You were really emotional on that one. You're like, get the fuck out of here, you bastard, running after the car. I was like, oh, she's going off on that boy. He ain't, chase his ass out of town, man. So shout out to Nat for that catch she had. I missed it by a couple minutes, but I watched it.
Yeah, it was really good. I texted her after. I was like, you did so good. Like, I was so proud of her. It's like, 'cause, I mean, normally your emotions and everything, it's like, I mean, I would be the one to be prepared thinking, okay, let me take, write down little side notes and stuff to start asking. But it's like, even on the catches I've been with Jay on, you're in the moment. That's not what you're thinking about. It's like, whatever comes out, comes out,
Mm-hmm.
She did extremely well. There are offenders that get their target to engage and encourage them to offend with younger children. Para, I just seen your comment. It says there are offenders that get their target to engage or encourage them to offend with younger children to strengthen their silence. Now, that is so true. It's sad, but it's like, you know, they feel like the more they kind of get to go along with it, you know, it's like there's so many of them, they're not going to speak up, kind of thing. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. That had notes but didn't use them. Yeah, a lot of us do that with different things. We have stuff that we want to use and we don't even use it when the time comes. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, because
Mhm.
you're in the heat of the moment. It just kind of takes over, you know? It's like you don't even remember that you had that piece of paper to begin with, you know?
Mm-hmm. Because you imagine it in your brain like 1,000 times before it's going to take place, no matter what it is that you're going to do. And then when the time comes, all that shit you were
Right.
thinking goes right out the window. You know?
Yes,
So,
yep, 100%. It really does.
you know, then
Like, I took
you
all this time to prepare for nothing.
then you improvise. It's all improv from there, you know?
Right,
Mhm.
but it's better though too, like to be honest, because it is genuinely coming from your heart, you know.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, you might have thought of some really good questions or things to say, you know.
Mhm.
But it's like, I mean, it's the same thing with arguing with someone. You always think of the good shit after the argument's over, you know. But it's like, well, that's gone. We just, you know. But at least, you know, she was able to speak with her emotions, and I think that made all the difference. Um, Did you see Daisy Do said, I'm from the UK and wondering where, I don't know if they must have meant to write variety is from. I love hearing your accent.
Where's that comment? Can you put it up? I'm sorry. I'm on Nat's comment about the decoy.
Oh,
I'm originally from New York.
New York.
The Big Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's funny because I was saying the same thing when I first started talking to you. Ronald, I am in Massachusetts, yeah. Like I get people make comments a lot about like the way I say, you know, certain things because it's an ah instead of a r, you know. I feel like a pirate sometimes when I have to say an r completely at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, we know how the people in Massachusetts talk.
It's like I gotta go get the car and I'll be right back, and they're like, the car. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the car, you know, car. You drive it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know anything about that, but I drive a car sometimes, you know. Most of the time I ride my damn bike, like, you know, I mean, I do drive, quite a bit, especially when the seasons change, but when I'm just
Right.
like going to the gas station to like get a vape and lottery or some shit, I take my bike, try and get some exercise, you know.
Yep.
Um,
It's good for you.
yeah, I love to ride.
Um, so I say Wog, but his name on here is CMGA. He said, stay strong, Corey. Thank you for
Absolutely.
coming, Wog. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I seen him write that he had to leave. So, yep. Thank you for coming. and to everybody. We're going on 1 hour, 24 minutes. So, you know, and we still got 44 people in the house. So thank you, everybody. That's still here, you know, absolutely.
Para asked, how old was Corey when he was a target? I'm late to the stream. Poor Corey's been asked like 3 times.
It was between 10 and 11 up until I was about 14 or 15.
Thank you. So, Variety, I don't know if this is like a random question, but Ronald says, Variety, what do you recommend for depression? Kind of random considering we're not actual doctors, but.
Well, is that, can you put that comment up for a second, Jules? You know, it's all questions from screen names I've never even seen before.
Right. Well, that's why I was like,
I'll start. I'll start there.
Comment, but
yeah, I'll just say that. You know, what do you recommend for depression? Well, I mean, if it's bad, obviously go see a doctor and possibly get on medication. But you know, we're not doctors. You know.
I was gonna say the only thing I can say is like get outside, like do stuff. Don't just sit and let it fester. I mean, that's always like when anybody ever asks me that question, I walk when I'm overwhelmed, when I have anxiety or or I'm feeling depressed. That's what I do. I walk. 'Cause
and
it
then
gives
you
me
have people, sorry to cut you off, Jules, my bad. Okay.
Go ahead.
People that have bad anxiety too, they won't even do that. I mean, they got to stay in the damn house, the majority of their time. So those people can't even go outside and do that. So, everybody's different with different levels of this and that, and it's just,
Yeah, and there's things that you can do in your house too to occupy yourself. Like it took me forever, like years before I was willing to genuinely leave my house out of fear. Opening the door itself, I felt like I could pass out. Like my skin would get hot because I had such bad anxiety. It's like I couldn't imagine what it would be like standing outside at that point. It's like just thought I'd be a target just by stepping outside, like some guy's gonna attack me, like, Para also asked, how did Corey discover that his offender was caught?
Through Jay. Yeah, I saw his video.
And you just happened to be watching and then realized it was your cousin, or?
My brother actually sent it to me, but I don't know how he found it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put up Damon's comment if it wasn't. He says, proud of you, Corey. Your answers made me feel I wasn't alone. I hope you feel the same. So, like we said, Damon, was up here in the past with us as well. So,
he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. Yeah, Para, you can absolutely come up and share anytime. Definitely, you can DM me on Instagram and we can chat about it. I am going to be out of town tonight and tomorrow. But you can definitely message me. If you message me after the stream, just send me a reminder, DM tomorrow, like tomorrow afternoon or something, so I'll have a chance to look at it. Because chances are, I'm not even gonna lie, I probably won't look at it tonight or in the morning, but I definitely will check and see how everything is when I get home. I'm like, yep, some of them are troll comments. I'm like reading them like,
Did you say what was oh, never mind. I won't even open that can of beans. But yeah, let me look through some
oh,
of the
what?
comments
But
here.
why I'm gonna be not paying attention?
Yeah.
Is that what you were gonna ask? Is why I'm not gonna be
I
looking at my DMs? I didn't, but
yeah.
yeah, I mean, my son's having surgery in the morning. I won't specify, but he's having surgery in the morning, so my focus is literally just going to be elsewhere. But when I come back in the afternoon, absolutely, I'll see, whatever messages are in there.
Well, I'll send my comment now that you said that. So I was typing something out about that, and then I realized I'm like, oh, I don't think she addressed this. Let me not talk. But I wrote the shit out, and now I just hit enter. Yeah.
I just, what we weren't really on the topic, so. But yeah, I don't usually mind, especially if it's like, people are wanting to message or whatever about the stream and stuff. I don't want them to think I'm, just, I'm going out, to hang out or something. So I'm not gonna pay attention. But
Yeah.
let's see. I went on what's your story, but that was about my experience with the homelessness. I was gonna say for some reason I thought I remember that, Para. Danny, my abuser at 3, was my first cousin female who was a preteen. Wow, Danny, that's crazy. Yeah, Burrito said I never realized how many male survivors are out there until I joined this community. I also never realized how many predators are out there either. Yeah, we were literally have been talking about that. We've had mostly male survivors up here during our streams. So, and I think it's great because I feel like partially it's mostly spoke on about female survivors, and I think male survivors need to know how important they are, and you know, they're just it's it's almost like they feel like, oh, okay, well, I can't go up there because this is for females, or it's like, no, a survivor stream is for everybody and anybody. You need to be able to get your story out there. And it's been great having so many male survivors come up here and share.
Dap just posted a premiere catch using the catch's full name. Now I suspect that one really got on the nasty list. Adapted? Let me see. Yeah, I see your comment too, Damon. I'll put that up.
I think it was Dap, South Carolina, maybe, because it came up on my stream a while ago. Victims should always speak out. It's better when we speak out, it's more healing for us, but it also helps somebody else to feel less alone and more comfortable, like they're able to actually tell their own story, kind of gives them encouragement, and so it's always a good thing. Let's see. When you feel like you have to have a handle on what you're going to say, it's much easier. That is true. Let me see. So illegal stoner.
Yeah.
comments. Oh, I thought that was the end of the comments. I don't I don't think so, Charles. I guess it depends on the situation. Like, I have no idea. Thank you, Jules and Variety, for hosting this channel. Love and contentment and strength to everyone. Thank you, Illegal Stoner Mom.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Definitely feels good to, like, oh, see, Illegal Stoner Mom answered that. See, I had no idea. My grandmother told her story of abuse at our last Christmas party. Wow, Kentucky. That's good.
Yeah.
Has she ever shared her story before? Or was that like her first time sharing her story with you guys as a family?
I'm smoking
Yeah, it definitely
vape.
is.
That's what I'm
I was
smoking.
gonna say.
Vape. Jules sits lower. She's vaping just as much as me. Don't let her fool you. She just sits lower, you know, but she's
Oh,
there.
look it. It's all of it.
Yeah. One of them is
It's the whole
blueberry
panel. We're all
raspberry.
vaping over here.
Yeah. Blueberry raspberry, and this one is like some type of melon type shit. I don't know, but I get them 3 for $20. So,
Ooh.
you know, which is fairly cheap.
I like the fruity ones. I'm like, I really like the fruity ones. Let's see. In some states, there is new laws that offer a window of civil suit. I am in a case with an organization. That's cool, Para. I didn't even know about that.
This is true for me too, Damon. But like, I mean, you know, in certain spots, like if I go out to like to eat or something or anything like that, I never sit with my back where somebody could be behind me. I always got to go in like a booth where I can see everything and everybody.
Yep.
I've always been like that.
I always do that too. I will not sit in like a middle of a restaurant. I'm like, can I have like that back corner? To see what everybody else is doing. Even like standing up, it's like if I see somebody like going to even leave behind me, I turn because it's like I need to see what they're doing, you know, where they're going.
Yep.
Paris said, this show has done more for me than my previous adult survivors of sexual abuse meetings and Love Sex Addicts Anonymous combined. Oh, thanks, Para. Thank you, Damon. Yeah, we'll probably cut it a little short today too, so I can pack up my bag too, before I get the kids off the bus. But I appreciate that, Damon.
Yeah, people like to leave silly comments. What can you do? You know.
Yeah, I was just reading that one of the last ones I put up. I was like, why would you even ask that?
Like on my phone, I could see, we
say,
see everything, so I don't see deleted. But when I look to the left on my laptop, I could see what was deleted and what wasn't. So, you know.
Yeah, because I'm like, on this device that I'm talking on, I can't just delete a comment. I can only time them out or ban them or star the comment. So I gotta go find it again. And okay, no, Ryan, I see Jeff did it.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
they
here I
done
am.
shot him. Shooters are active today. Yeah, they're active today.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I'm like, here I am trying to pick up the other device to like find the button. Like, let me get him away.
All right.
Let's see.
But I'm gonna have to cut it short with you guys. I gotta hop
Yes,
off.
we
Oh, you're good.
appreciate it
Yeah.
so much. We're gonna
Yeah.
be ending
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you.
You literally did
Yeah.
amazing, and we appreciate you. So you can message me anytime, and if you ever want varieties, Instagram information, just let me know, and I'll send it to you in the chat.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, Corey.
All
Have a
right,
good
thank
day,
you so
bud.
much, Corey.
Appreciate
All right.
Bye.
I'll see you guys again. Bye.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Yeah, this is our cool down time. It's we're an hour and 40 minutes in, so we're basically just looking over chat and just responding to some stuff.
Responding to some stuff, deleting some stuff. I'm like surprised how many trolls there were today.
Donnie, where you been, Donnie? We got to go fishing soon. I usually wait till like June, though. Even though we can fish all year round in Florida, I usually wait till like June. So we'll have to do that soon, Donnie.
My heart will go to my stomach.
Yeah, I heard that, Tatiana, that acupuncture stuff helps treat stuff like that, and a lot of things. I've never had it done. I was thinking about trying that out too. Just in general. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My cousin Jess is in New Hampshire. She's a licensed acupuncturist, but she's like wicked into like um I don't know what you call it, but like the third eye and all that. So she's super. I mean, she does has a whole thing at I guess like a studio or a gym or whatever. And I didn't even know she was into acupuncture until we were talking about my pain and like my anxiety and stuff one day. And she's like, "Oh my God," she's like, have you ever done acupuncture?" I'm like, "No, I thought about it, but so I'm not really like, I'm nervous, but she said it helps so many people. Um, and I didn't know this either, but apparently it can help some addicts to like start with their recovery or whatever. Like, I'm like, that's just so weird to think about, but it's super cool. Let's see.
Let me turn my camera off for a second. I'll be right back. I'm here, but I'm not here. Give me 1 second. Un
No
momento,
problem.
por favor.
You got it. Yeah, it is ridiculous, Danny, that people had to come in and troll in a Survivor stream. It's like, I mean, regardless, you're gonna get trolls, but it's like to be that bored that you're trolling a stream filled with survivors. And some of the questions or comments were ridiculous. I don't know, Damon. I'm not like even into that kind of stuff, so I don't know. I just know my cousin is, and she super believes in it, but she's, you know, um, she's like, I don't know, she's just super like such an open and free type of person. So when she's talking about it, I literally believe what's coming out of her mouth because, you know, she fully believes in it. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
let's see.
And for the
Bonus
record,
comment on the
those pictures behind me are not my child. That's a green screen. So just so everybody
You're
knows.
good.
Yeah. Plus my,
That's why we.
that's a young boy playing soccer. Which I love soccer. Not as much as obviously basketball and football. People know that those are my main sports, but
You know,
you know, Yeah, it's a green screen.
I
I
never
just put
even
up a
honestly
basic
looked
one.
at them. I
Hmm.
literally honestly never even looked at them. So like I didn't even, I'm like, wait, what pictures? And I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm like that's pretty ridiculous. I'm like, oh wait, you got pictures? Oh yeah, you do. Okay.
It was the default one for the green screen, so I just left it. And
Yep.
you know,
Right.
hmm did I miss anything here? Let me see.
You're welcome, Terrence. We thank you guys because we wouldn't even be able to continue doing it. I mean, I feel like ultimately, like I said before, I probably still would do it with or without the support, as long as people were willing to get up and talk, you know. Um, but the support is huge. I think not only for us as a stream, but like for the survivors who come up and share, you know.
Hmm.
So I feel like it would have to be useless if
Yeah,
there wasn't so much support behind it.
I'm the same way with needles, Tatiana. I hate needles, but and I heard that because that was one of my fears too of getting it done. With the needles, but it's a different type of needle. They put it in like that plastic thing and they tap it and they pull the thing off, and
Right.
it's just. I hear it's good. I just never done it. I need to try that very soon.
That's why I told
Absolutely.
my cousin I'm thinking about letting her do it. 'Cause I'm like, I was like, I have a fear of needles. She's like, bitch. She's like, you got tattoos and you used to shoot up. What do you mean you're afraid of needles? I'm like, but they're both different. I'm like, and it's not like, I said, I don't know. They're going on my back or whatever. I don't know. She's like, just trust me. She's like, it's not what you think it is. It's not like I'm, putting like the needles that they draw blood with. Cause I'm like, that's what I am picturing, or like when they're giving you a shot in your upper arm. Ugh. She's like,
Hmm.
no. She's like, it's nothing like that. I had to like start looking it up because I had to, kind of ease my mind about it. But
Absolutely. You should,
let's see.
And I'm still making that list of the ages of consent things. I'm still working on that, but I knew we had a guest this week, so I didn't.
Yeah,
Uh,
I wasn't rushing with the other one either.
yeah.
I still have a
Hmm.
lot of things written down, but I'm still adding to it because, but I haven't been able to pay attention to doing it so much the last like week. So, um,
Yeah.
let's see. Anyone from the 70s know about avocado walls in kitchens? Are you talking about the wallpaper, Para? The 70s wallpaper? Um, the suey. I was like, I think it was like a year. I was pretty hard on heroin, but before that, it was just opiates. Like, I was taking my pain pills. I was just abusing it. I was eating more than I should, or sniffing them. But um, I did like the IV using probably for like a good year, and I will have 9 years clean August 23rd.
Nice. Yeah. Congrats on that. I don't remember the month
Oh,
and day
thanks.
that I quit, but I know it was in 2010. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so we're coming up on 12 years.
It's so crazy. Weird.
Tattoos get me high like piercings, but I'm terrified to get my blood taken. Oh, same with me. I have tattoos. I just don't, show them off. But why? I think I have on the stream that I got the snake with the flame on my legs, and then the dolphin's tattoo on my arm here. I was
Right.
thinking of getting my daughter's initials and date of birth tattooed on me.
Oh
You
yeah.
know.
Yep. I have the kids' names and my aunt's initials on my forearm, and then Oh, and I'm like, and what else do I have? I have a heart on my hand that a couple of friends of mine did literally with Indian ink, Indian ink, a sewing needle and thread just on my hand. I think we were probably like 13, like 12. We were mad young. Thought it was like whatever, you know. We were all literally doing them on each other back then. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
But
I
my
see a
friend
comment, Kim. Kim, is your father still with us, or I see you wrote my pops never got over his habit. Did he pass? I hope not.
I'm looking for that.
And I have, my ear pierced, but I don't wear an earring. Well, I have two holes in my left ear. I have my eyebrow pierced. I don't have the thing in that either, but there is a hole right here. Um, so yeah. But today was like the worst we've had them, Damon. It's like,
I know.
it's and that's just like I always say, in a few dozen apples, you're always going to have a couple rotten ones. It's just the way it works. Um, so
Um, yeah, I was gonna say, Kariska, I'm gonna go take care of everyone. Many blessings to all. Yeah, we're gonna get ready to end so I can finish packing this bag before I go out and get the kids off the bus. But we appreciate you guys coming so much and helping, get rid of the trolls, but also being supportive, for Corey during him telling his story. It really is, Tatiana. It's extremely disrespectful.
hmm
Um, but that's why I'll make sure I tell everybody, any of the mods before we start a stream. If you see the negative, just get them out. If they want to come back, they can message me and talk about it. But it's like, I mean, why would you come in here of all places and write the things that you're writing while someone's opening their heart? Like, it's
hmm
just ridiculous. You have to
I'm
be
big into
so
free speech. I'm big
Mhm.
into free speech, but something like this, we just
Yeah,
can't have that. That's just crazy. Um,
yeah,
that's
yeah, because
very
it
true.
it deters them from wanting to open up anymore. Like you're, you know, hindering a person who's genuinely trying to heal from actually being able to continue to do that, you know? So
hmm
it's just pretty raunchy. But but yeah, so we appreciate you guys and we will definitely be on next week. I don't know whether we're gonna do what we've been writing on, or if somebody's gonna come up, but I'll obviously let you guys know. I'll work on figuring it out tomorrow afternoon after I get back from the hospital and stuff. So
Yeah. I'm working on a few guests myself, but like I said, they're not entirely ready yet. And I'm trying to get our first female guest on. Um,
yeah.
so I will be working on speaking with them during the week. So but we're here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. I'm gonna drop down, let Jules do her outro, but thank you for the damn near 100 people that were here today. We love you
Um,
all, and we will see you next week. I'll be in
absolutely.
chat. All right.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, my alarm is going off. But thank you guys so much for coming and for being so awesome and supportive. We really do appreciate you guys. Um, and I hope everybody has a good night and a good week, and we will see you guys all next week. Thank you, Terrence. I appreciate that.